Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we are discussing about the zero group elements. Zero group elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are called the zero group elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon are called the zero group elements. Their atomic numbers. We'll take these things in the form of a table. Electronic configurations. Atomic numbers 2, 10, 18, 36, 54, 86. These are the atomic numbers of zero group elements. Electronic configurations. Its electronic configuration. Sorry. Zero group elements general electronic configuration is Ns2 Np6 except helium. Its electronic configuration is 1s2. So zero group elements general electronic configuration is Ns2 Np6, but helium electronic configuration is 1s2. Here this n become equal to the period number. N become equal to period number. So helium electronic configuration 1s2. So this is second period element, third period element, fourth period element, fifth period element, sixth period element. So substitute the period number, you will get the electronic configuration of this thing. So while writing the general electronic configurations, you have to write the inert gas electronic configuration. So just write down all the inert gases. Argon, krypton, xenon. So when you write like this, all the inert gases in a square bracket, it represents up to this atomic number. You return the electronic configuration. What is the atomic number of helium? 2. So up to 2 atomic number electronic configurations are already written. Now what is the electronic configuration? Ns2 Np6. N stands for period number. So it becomes 2s2 2p6. Now come to the third period. It becomes 3s2 3p6. Neon atomic number 10. So count the total number of electrons 10, 16, 17, 18. Now take the argon. Argon already 18 up to 18 electronic configurations are written in this square bracket. Now what is the electronic configuration? N stands for period number. It become 4s2 4p6. From fourth period onwards, D block elements begins. From fourth period onwards, D block elements begins. In D block, electrons are entered into n-1 shell. So n-1 means 4 minus 1, 3d, 10. Now count the total number of electrons: 18, 28, 30, 36. Krypton 36. So up to 36 electronic configurations are written by representing this krypton in square bracket. We return the electronic configuration up to atomic number 36. You have to write down the remaining electronic configuration. So what is the general electronic configuration? Ns2 Np6. N stands for period number. So this xenon is a fifth period element. So I am writing 5s2 5p6. Just to count how many how much of this electronic configuration is completed. 36, 38, 44 means again 10 electronic configuration you have to write down. In fifth period also, D block elements are present. When D block elements are there, you have to mention the complete filling of D orbitals. So while representing the D orbital filling, you have to remember that you have to write down the electronic configuration as n minus 1. N minus 1 means 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1, 40. In sixth period also D block elements are there. So I am writing the D block electronic configuration 5d10 means 6 minus 1. General electronic configuration is ns2 np6. Now count how much part of this electronic configuration is completed. 54, 64, 66. Again 72 up to 72 electronic configuration is written. The entire atomic number of this radon is 86. Still 14 is there. So where does 14 are gone? Because from sixth period onwards, F block elements begins. From sixth period onwards, F block elements begins. In F block elements, differentiating electron enters into n minus 2 shell. N minus 2 means 6 minus 2, 4. So this is 4f14. So 4f14, 60 10, 6s2, 66. So 54 again on 14. So how much this one? 68, 68, 78, 80, 86. So this is the electronic configuration of inert gases. Now look at some of the properties of this inert gases. So which one now? First we will go from the first part, zero group elements. Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon are called the zero group elements. First, why these elements are called zero group elements? Because these inert gases, the zero group elements are present in between the first A group elements and seventh A group elements in periodic table. In periodic table, these are present in between 7th A group elements and first A group elements. 7th A group elements are highly electronegative elements. First A group elements are highly electropositive elements. Metals. First A group elements are metals. 7th A group elements oxidation state is -1. Stable oxidation state is -1. First A group elements stable oxidation state +1. Okay. So here 7th A group elements -1 oxidation state is there. First A group elements +1 oxidation state is there. Noble gases have zero oxidation state. Noble gases have zero oxidation state. So what we have to observe is always change in properties occurs in a gradual manner. Change in the properties occurs in a gradual manner. If you not place these zero group elements in between seventh A group and first A group elements, if you imagine that this part is not there, noble gases are not there in between seventh A and first A group elements, then what you are observing? The oxidation states of the elements changing from -1 to +1 suddenly. So now we are not going to observe the properties in a sudden manner. Always properties changes gradually in a phased manner. So to represent that one, to represent the gradual change in the properties, here the property is oxidation state. To represent the gradual change in the oxidation states, what here they done is they placed the zero group elements in between seventh A group elements and first A group elements, so that now we can observe the change in the oxidation state, change in the properties in a gradual manner. First the oxidation state is -1, then oxidation state becomes 0, after that the oxidation state becomes +1. So what is the oxidation state of zero group noble gases? It is 0. Hence these elements are also known as, these noble gases are also known as zero group elements. Why these are called as noble gases? Why helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon are called noble gases? Because these gases behave like noble metals, like gold and platinum. The gold and platinum in ordinary condition does not react with anyone. So gold and platinum shows the inertness. Gold and platinum shows the inertness to the chemical reactions. So these are these gold, platinum, these are known as the noble metals. These gases also does not react with other substances. Hence these are known as the noble gases. So like noble metals, these gases do not react with other things. Hence these are known as the noble gases. Their oxidation state is 0, hence known as zero group elements. These are also known as inert gases. Inert gases. Why these are called as inert gases? These elements are lazy towards the chemical reactions. These elements are lazy towards the chemical reactions, hence known as inert gases. These elements does not participate in chemical reactions. Does not participate in chemical reactions. These elements does not participate in chemical reactions, hence known as inert gases. These elements are also known as rare gases. Why these are known as rare gases? Because these gases are very rarely available in atmosphere. These gases are very rarely available in atmosphere. rarely available in air. Hence, these are known as the rare gases. These are also known as aerogens. These are also known as the aerogens because these gases are isolated from air. So, zero group is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are called zero group elements, also called as noble gases, also called as inert gases, also called as rare gases, also known as aerogens. Why they are called noble gases? Because they react with heat similar to gold and platinum. Like gold, likewise, this gold and platinum. These gases does not react with the other substance easily. So they are called the noble gases. Next one is inert gases. So why these elements are called inert gases? These elements does not participate in chemical reactions because they are due to the completely filling of orbital, they does not participate in chemical reactions. Hence, they are called as inert gases. Next, rare gases. These gases are very rarely available in Earth atmosphere. We will discuss how much percentage of these gases are present in Earth atmosphere. So these are very rarely available in Earth atmosphere, hence called as rare gases. All these gases are extracted from atmospheric air, hence known as aerogens. So these are the zero group elements, inert gases, noble gases, aerogens are the different names of this zero group elements. Now look at some of the other properties of the zero group elements. Order by volume. Availability order by volume. Availability order by volume. So among these noble gases, highly available gas is argon. After that, neon. After that, helium. Then krypton, xenon. So this is the available order of different inert gases in terms of volume. Now availability order by mass. When weight is taken, what is the availability order? Argon greater than, neon greater than, krypton greater than, xenon greater than helium. So this is the availability order by mass of these gases in air. In atmospheric air, nearly less than 1% inert gases are present. So the availability of inert gases in atmosphere is very less than 1%. All these inert gases are present less than 1% in atmosphere. Among these inert gases, among these inert gases, highly available inert gases are gone. Highly available inert gases are gone. Among the inert gases, highly available energies are gone. Lightweight gas is helium. Lightweight inert gas is helium. With respect to mass, helium is the very less amount is available in atmosphere. Now, what is the occurrence where we can find these inert gases? Generally, these inert gases are available in air. Number one is the source. Air is the source for inert gases. Another source is helium is obtained along with hydrocarbons. Along with natural gas. Very less. Very less obtained along with the natural gases. Very small amounts of helium is present along with the natural gases. While extracting the natural gas, small amount of helium also can be obtained. This inert gases also can be obtained from the minerals of radioactive elements like bleach blend, cleveite. Cleveite mineral contains helium. Cleveite is a radioactive mineral. Cleveite is a radioactive mineral. Along with cleveite, a small amount of helium is present. These are the occurrence. So, these inert gases are available in air. A small amount of helium is present along with natural gas, and a small amount of helium and other inert gases are also obtained from the minerals of radioactive elements. So, what are those minerals of radioactive element? Cleveite, pitch blende, like those things. And the next one is radon is the radioactive element radon is the radioactive inert gas obtained during radioactive decay of radium 224. Sorry. Radium 80. Radium is 88. This is 226. When this radium undergoes radioactive decay, it gives radon with atomic number 86, 222, mass number is 222, and here alpha decay takes place, He24. So, radon is obtained during the radon is a radioactive isotope. It is obtained during radioactive decay of radium in nuclear reactors. In nuclear reactors. So radon is obtained in nuclear reactors by the radioactive decay of radium. So this is about the occurrence of different inert gases. So which one is the highly available inert gases? Argon is the highly available inert gases. Lightweight inert gases, helium. All these inert gases are available in at the atmosphere only, air only. These things also can be obtained from natural gases also. Radon is a radioactive inert gas. This radioactive inert gas radon is obtained when radium undergoes radioactive decay. So this is the occurrence of inert gases. Now look at what about helium. This helium is available in three different types of isotopic forms: He3, He4 and He6. He6 is highly radioactive. He6 is highly radioactive. Its half-life period is 0.84 seconds. So less than 1 second. Within less than 1 second, that helium 6 undergoes radioactive decay. Its half-life is 0.84 seconds. Next, we will look at some of the properties of these inert gases. So look at the properties of inert gases. Atomic size. What happens to atomic size in a group from top to bottom? It increases. So atomic size increases from helium to xenon. So helium to radon actually, but radon is a radioactive element. Generally, while discussing with the properties, radioactive elements are omitted. While discussing with the properties, radioactive elements are omitted. So without radioactive element, I am representing this inert gases. Atomic size increases from helium to xenon. Density. Okay, we will discuss some more about these atomic size. In general, in periodic table, what happens to the atomic size from left to right? What happens to the atomic size from left to right? In periodic table, while you are moving from left to right, atomic size gradually decreases. The zero group elements are present at the extreme right side of periodic table. So what you are expecting, the lowest atomic size containing element in a period is zero group element. That is your expectation, but the real story is different. When compared with the atomic size of seventh A group elements, zero group elements have more atomic size. So atomic size of zero group elements is more than 78 group elements. Atomic size of zero group elements is more than is more than 78 group elements. So what is the reason? Why the atomic size of 0 group elements is more than 78 group elements? The reason can be explained in two different ways. The first way of expression is the reason is explained in two different ways. One is by taking repulsive forces, and another one is by considering the radius. We have different kinds of radius: Coulomb radius, ionic radius, van der Waals radius, crystal radius, different kinds of radius. While expressing the size of inert gases, van der Waals radius are taken. While expressing the size of inert gases, van der Waals radius is considered. Among the different kinds of radiuses, which one is the highest radius? In periodic table, you know about this thing. Van der Waals radius is the highest radius. Van der Waals radius is the highest radius. So I am writing the reason. Inert gas radius is expressed as van der Waals radius. Inert gas radius is expressed as van der Waals radius. The second reason is due to complete filled orbitons, interelectronic repulsion takes place. Interelectronic repulsions takes place. Interelectronic repulsions takes place. So, atomic size of 0 group elements is more than 7th group elements. So, why the atomic size of 0 group element is more than 7th group element can be expressed with two reasons. One of the reason is inert gas radii is expressed as van der Waals radius. We have different kinds of radius. Among different kinds of radiuses, van der Waals radius is the highest radius. The another reason is due to completely filled orbitons, interelectronic repulsions takes place. When interelectronic repulsion takes place, electrons tries to move away from each other. When electrons are moving away from each other, what happens to the size? When repulsions takes place, electrons will move away from each other. When electrons will move away from each other, what happens to the size? The size increases. Okay? So this is the reason why inert gas atomic size is greater than 7th group elements. Next we will discuss with other property, and that one is density. In a group form, while moving from top to bottom, as atomic number increases, atomic weight also increases. When atomic weight increases, density also increases. Density increases from helium to xenon. Next, ionization potential. Due to completely filled orbitals, due to completely filled orbitals, these zero group elements have high ionization potentials. Zero group elements have high ionization potential due to completely filled orbitals. These elements have high ionization potential. These elements have high ionization potentials. And ionization potentials decreases from helium to xenon. This ionization potential decreases from helium to xenon. Okay, this is about the ionization potential. Now come to the electronegativity. Electronegativity and electron affinity. So zero group elements have completely filled orbitals. Due to that completely filled orbitals, electronegativity and electron affinities of zero group elements are considered as zero. Their electron affinities and electronegativities are considered as zero. But the real case is electron affinities of zero group elements have positive values. Means generally electron affinity is exothermic process, but the electron affinity for zero group elements are endothermic process. Electron affinity for zero group elements is endothermic process. So I am writing like this: positive values due to completely filled orbitals. Due to completely filled orbitals, NS2, NP6 electronic configurations. So okay students, we will continue the remaining topics and following classes. For this session it is enough. We will meet on next day. Thank you.